With flowers that distinctive, there's really no possibility of mistaking this plant for anything else, which is great, because this plant can most certainly kill you. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video, where today we're going to talk about yet another toxic plant, in this case, Buttonbush. Now, as I said before, this plant is pretty difficult to mistake for anything else, so the risk of ingesting it accidentally is quite low. The risk with this plant is that you would ingest it intentionally, and that's because this plant was historically, and apparently to some people still is, medicine. Now, this actually isn't because it's ineffective at doing what it's supposed to do. It's just that what it's supposed to do isn't exactly considered medicine by today's standards. This plant contains a compound that is an emetic, which is something that will make you throw up. Now, I haven't tried it myself because I have no intention of doing that to myself, but from what I've researched, it is actually effective at doing that. So, if it works, what's the problem? Well, the problems are twofold. The first reason is quite simple. Emetics aren't really used anymore, and for good reason. The medical research says their use is pretty much limited to just making you vomit up something else that was toxic. It's easy to see how something like this could come about in traditional medicine. First of all, people tend to feel better after they've thrown up, and culturally it could be seen as expelling demons or something. And second, the active ingredient, cephalanthin, isn't just making you throw up. The vomiting actually is pretty much just a side effect of your body trying to get rid of it. Information is a little hard to find, but from what I can tell, the poison attacks your blood cells. Because of this, there's a severe danger in trying to make medicine from the plant, in that the concentration of this toxin is going to vary heavily depending on the plant and the conditions it finds itself in. As with all wild plants, getting the dosage right is almost impossible. In the case of this one, if you get it too high, it could kill you. However, the plant's not all bad news. It is native, and it has good ornamental value. The flowers smell quite nice, and it's great for bees and butterflies, as you have probably seen them buzzing around in the video. As far as identification is concerned, it's really all about those flowers. The leaves and twigs aren't much to go on. The leaves can be shiny or matte, varying shades of green. They look sort of dogwood-ish, I suppose. And yeah, stems look pretty nondescript, but you'll typically be able to find the flowers either before they flower, during flowering, or after flowering, and nothing looks quite like them. As for the whole similar to dogwood thing, I'm holding a dogwood leaf right now, and yeah, they're pretty similar. The buttonbush leaves are typically larger on average, but they do look quite similar. Dogwood is also pretty toxic though, so if you mistake them, you're mistaking a toxic plant for another toxic plant. So yeah, it looks nice, smells nice, and it's great for bees. But it's almost certainly not a good idea to try and use this as medicine. Anyway, hope you guys learned something and enjoyed. See ya.